On the second day of the Apollo 16 moon landing, while en route to the moon, astronaut Ken Mattingly lost his wedding ring. It really should have been easy to find because the command module was not even that big. But after 3 days of searching, none of them can find it, so they thought, oh well, we have to land on the moon now. Or really, two of them did, that being John Young and Charles Duke. Ken Mattingly was orbiting the moon. 3 more days passed while John and Charles were exploring the moon's surface, planting flags, collecting moon rocks, driving lunar roving vehicles, leaving pictures of their family, and maybe falling on their face a few times. All the while, Ken Mattingly is still orbiting the moon in the command module, taking pictures, probably being a little bit jealous of his colleagues and wondering how irritated his wife is going to be when he gets home. Then when the 3 days are up, John and Charles get back in the lunar module, the top part pops off and rejoins with the command module, and they all begin to return back to Earth. Then lo and behold, on the 9th day of the mission, Ken Mattingly is on the outside doing a spacewalk working on the spacecraft. Charles Duke sees the wedding ring fly out of the hatch or the opening in the spacecraft and just drift off into space. Then a few minutes later, the wedding ring, glistening in the unfiltered sunlight of outer space, hits Ken Mattingly in the back of the head and bounces off, like the metaphysical presence of his wife smacking him upside the head. This then causes the wedding ring to float slowly back into the command module where Charles Duke catches it. But the wildest thing about this entire story is that it might be made up. You see, everything that I told you so far comes from a story that Charles Duke told Wired in 2016. In 2014, when Ken Mattingly, the guy who actually lost the wedding ring, was asked about it, he said that it was Charlie's story and that he lost the wedding ring on Earth. Which I feel like raises more questions than answers because that quote didn't really have a lot of context around it. Did Ken mean that he lost the wedding ring while they were on the spacecraft before it launched and not on the second day? Is he saying that they never found the wedding ring? Did Charlie make up the entire story? You have to keep in mind that this is the second to last moon landing that ever happened, and they were all so overshadowed by the first moon landing that maybe they all wanted a fantastic story to keep up with it. John Young and Ken Mattingly have since passed away years ago, and Charles Duke is now 90 years old. Considering this all happened while they were literally the farthest human beings from Earth and there were no other witnesses, we'll probably never know.